This podcast is aimed at older audiences, so if you're not 18 or plus, this is not for you. If you happen to still watch it, then that is on your own head, be it, and we take no responsibility for any of the things that you will hear during this podcast.
Titties. All right, welcome back to another session of 3.5 Men, 5th edition Homebrew D&D campaign. Goddamn. We hope you enjoyed the last installment, which I believe was episode 5, I think. OnlyFans verification is having to be resubmitted, and as of recording, it has been 24 hours, so allow another 24 hours for it to go through. Fingers crossed it works through this time. Last session got a little bit raw for a few of us, as everything will do in this campaign. It's gonna hit topics pretty close to home for some. It's gonna just hit generic feels train. But hey, what good story doesn't, right? So with that said, I'm going to attempt to read the notes from Graph from last session, because those are always a gem to read. If you would like to hear them all in its entirety, I can do so and throw that on the OnlyFans, because they're often colorful in some respects. So this one's on the house. JD, left behind to his own devices, stands around dumbly playing with things which he does not know, brackets, twirling Genie's staff around. He notices Smithy's getting worse, shaking, sweating, and groaning. JD goes to brush the straw off Smithy's face as he touches him. Body groans, Smithy's eyes pop open, and they're lifeless. Spencer, the 9-year-old kid, wakes up to see JD and a zombie dad squaring off. Bystanders shout for him to get the fuck out, so JD nabs the kid and nopes off. Zombie dad takes a swipe at his back. As he does, someone takes the kid, and JD takes Orpheus' trident to zombie dad. The others in the area jump in and give the killing blow. JD finds out that all bodies turn zombies at some point in the abyss. We live twice. JD goes to Spencer and lies to the kiddo, as grown-ups do, telling him everything is fine and they're going for a walk. That's probably going to bite him in the ass at some point. Cell block bound threesome work. The cell block bound threesome work their way to recapture, greeted by two burly, muscular bouncers at the door. Orpheus is hand-tied. Beck casts masks of many faces and looks like some generic rookie guard. Genie shifts into a rat and sneaks into the shadows. Beck intimidates the old guard and gets let into the cell block. Genie skirts past in rat form as they head down the hallway. They find their way to the cell and lock Orpheus up with a loose rope tied around his hands. Genie stays with Orpheus in halfling form. Beck goes to explore the prison. He finds a torture chamber. Genie connects with Orpheus for a heart-to-heart and explores the nearby area. She finds 2 more cells with very, very pale, half-alive humanoids in really shite shape and a torture rack. She returns to hang out with Orpheus. There is a guttural roar down the hall, something big and hideous in chains with 8 guards dragging it. Beck watches and then helps as they trap it. Beck is told that the boss wants to fight now, so he goes back to Orpheus for the ring. Genie gives Orpheus guidance, 1d4 for an ability check, and Beck confirms that Orpheus is Asma for reasons unclear to the other 2. So,
Spellbound threesome sounds like Jess's last Saturday night.
I wish. I fucking wish.
I love you.
I know you do. All right, so let me just recap that everybody is where they're supposed to be. Yerp. Where did we put the Dragonborn?
And-
No.
While you're thinking out loud, Can I just say me trying to reload roll 20 has repeatedly turned into this campaign being listed on the tab, this campaign being the one I said launch, but it's my map from yesterday that's loading still.
Oh, fantastic. Try and clear cache and redo it, relog it and stuff.
I know I've hit refresh a few times. I'm waiting for it to be the right refresh.
Okay. Beck, do me a favor. Fucking ping me on the map where you currently are, because I'm blind. Oh, never mind. I was blind to Orpheus. All right. So it's fight night.
Seen the thing in the chat.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering where you were. That's all. Just for point of reference and clarification for myself. So, how are we all feeling? Are you ready to get fucked up? I mean, are you ready to do the fucking up? All right. So, that was an interesting recap. I approve. I very much approve.
Felt like good notes. They were pretty hefty this time.
I'm still a little confused as to why there's 6. I've probably mislabeled something in YouTube at some point. Maybe. I'll have to check at the end of the session. Anywho, fight night. What are you doing to prepare, Orpheus?
I'm in a cage. How do I prepare from a cage? Cage.
Actually, you're not. He used the spell on your lock
Yeah,
at the end.
the scroll of lockpick.
Right, but like the point stands, he's still trying not to get caught, to not get Genie caught. So how does he quietly prepare while he's in a cage, quote unquote?
So how do you mentally psych yourself up for a boxing match?
Right, so in this case, he's keenly aware that Genie has like risked her life for him. He's not gonna make a lot of noise this time because he does not want to draw attention to his corner of the world.
Okay.
While he is not very intelligent, he is aware that he has an ally on the quote unquote outside that needs to be protected.
Okay.
He's mentally telling himself this is gonna be his make or break.
Player to player, Ash, don't forget you have that D4
Yes.
on ability checks.
Yes. I actually left that D4 out all week.
Nice. All right. So, Kathmandu. You had a little bit of an emotional roller coaster last week, and there really wasn't too much time to recover from it, and nor is there going to be. Upon counseling Spencer and talking with a couple of we will now call them locals, one of the guards kicks in the door and cracks a whip. Everybody single file. We're gonna go and watch a fight, and my money's on the big guy. Yeah. And everybody just quickly forms in a single line. No rebellion, no nothing. The atmosphere of the room goes from sad and mourning to, oh shit, we are now scared for our lives. And also, I will allow you to have retracted the trident from the body, because it's usually a generic rule unless specifically said otherwise. This is your one time. This is your freebie, because I know you're still new to D&D.
So the guard that walks in is about 6'2", about 250 pounds, in what looks to be very shoddy, put together leather chainmail. It's just patches of different armor, but it still he still looks like he could crush your spine. And you just hear the crack of the whip.
So with that, I guess I'm going to, with everybody lining up, I'm going to be lining up as well, but I'm going to make sure that Spencer and myself are towards the back of the line.
Okay. The guard approaches and gives a brief inspection of everybody. And when he gets to you, he kind of... How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
6'5". Okay. So he just kind of raises his eyes up slightly. Says, never seen you before.
I've been here for quite a while.
Huh. Interesting. Also, what are you doing with the weapons?
For them,
Because you have a trident and Genie's staff.
Okay, so with them, I just have them on my back. Just on my back. Because the staff... How long is the staff?
It's about to your shoulder height. You know, considering I'm not gonna class that as metagaming because that's fucking brilliant, I will allow you to use that as an excuse.
Oh no, that's the TikTok audio.
Oh. Okay.
Found a stick on the ground and now I'm gonna use it.
Actually, I'm gonna have the trident on my back, and then I'm just gonna be holding the staff, like using it like a walking stick.
So you're pulling a Gandalf.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
would
using
like
it like walking.
Okay. And he says, what crippling ailment do you have that warrants a walking stick? You have to think fast. This is a conversation.
I have really bad knees. I'm a cat. I'm always jumping around, landing things. And then I point to my side. I also got stabbed recently, so there's that.
He looks at the wound and then sucker punches it one time. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Also, go ahead and make a deception check.
$24.
He looks at you, and as you squat down and put the weight on the stick, and walks off. And then he cracks the whip again. Forward march! And starts spewing some military chant of 1, 2, 3, 4, yada yada yada. And eventually you are taken to where you originally started this campaign, this story. And you find yourself in the crowd of at least a couple of hundred prisoners. It's very sardines in a tin can tight fit. And lots of argy-bargy shuffling and trying to get front row seats to the front to see the shenanigans that is about to unfold. Everybody who is together at the prison cell, go ahead and make a perception check. Audio based. Meanwhile, tonight's drink, Jack Daniels and Coke.
13 for me.
Okay. 13 for you, Ash?
18 for Beck.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, Beck. You
That
hear...
one or-
Oh, it's a fucking that one. All right. You're just in your own little world, wallowing in your own self-pity.
I'm in my own little world trying to mentally psych myself up so my friends don't die.
You do that, buddy. You do that. We got you.
All right, Beck. You hear the echoes a little more clearly than the rest of them, and you hear the marching song, and you then hear, "Everybody find a space. No funny business." And then you just see the collective group of people. Ooh. Just shiffle. Shiffle. It is now a new word that I've just made up. It is a cross between shimmy and shuffle. Shiffle. There you go. I will write to the Oxford Dictionary and have that put in. we're gonna glaze over the fact that was a complete fuck up. So at this point, this circle pit is absolutely jam packed.
You say the circle pit was jam packed with jerks.
I mean, we're just asking for clarification.
I never mentioned anything about jerks.
It's very important information.
We need this
And
for the notes.
I think I should get inspiration for making Ash joke.
No. From now on, unless anybody spit takes.
I had just put a dumpling in my mouth and bit down on it, and the soup in the soup dumpling tried to go out my nose.
I'm really very proud of myself.
I am too, because normally I can keep my composure with bad jokes, and that just completely off-guarded me.
All right, so Beck, what are we doing?
I imagine I'm escorting Orpheus out to the ring.
All right.
I'm pretty sure there's only one way in right now because we barricaded the other side.
Yep. Well, the other side was also barricaded, but one side will be done. Just throw you in.
Okay.
All right. Once you get to the end of the corridor, you find that there is barely any space.
I have like a staff or a stick or something to hit people with, right? Last I checked.
I think so.
Can I start hitting random inmates, telling them to move in a very aggressive manner?
Yes.
Come
How
on,
many
rip it.
times are you
Whack.
doing it?
I don't know. Just enough until they start making space for us to get through.
Okay. Well, it sucks to be you. Whilst the majority do move, there is the occasional rebel that thinks that they can take you on. And there is an occasional tug and war between you and the other person for the power of the stick. So please go ahead and roll me 3 strength checks. First
in
one.
order. 15.
Okay. So the one that tries it first doesn't really get the proper grip, so it's just easy to tug away. Next.
Nat 20.
All right. The one that did get a grip uses both hands, so you kind of use that to off balance him and just jam the stick in his stomach and then take it away. Next.
18.
The third and final one is it's a little bit of a struggle, and you have to use the other hand, and with one quick final tug, you wind him hard, and he keels over, and then you take the stick, and then they move,
Good.
and you hear the mumblings of, "Oh, I'm fucking hurt. Fuck. Oh, I can't breathe. Fucking asshole."
We'll continue to march. I don't know if Jeannie was following or not, but I've got Orpheus, and we are just making our way downtown, walking fast.
Faces
Okay.
pass.
And then you're homebound.
That's the idea, baby.
Yeah, I wasn't given a chance to say
Yeah.
that I was gonna stick close to them and stay
Okay.
behind the big guy.
Okay.
Try to blend in with the crowd.
Okay. So you're in halfling form.
Huh?
So you're in halfling form.
Yeah, halfling form, looking all meek and quiet and hiding in the shadows as much as I can behind people,
Okay.
trying not to be noticed.
Okay.
And when you're like 2 foot nothing, it's
Pretty easy.
all you're really concerned about is not getting stepped on.
All right. As you are at the gate, you hear a very loud, bassy, booming voice across the room, and it's very, very announcer like. "Ladies and gentlemen," goes on introducing prisoner 384, standing at 6'3", looks like he's had the 7 hells of shit kicked out of him. Orpheus! At that point, a couple of the guards quickly unlock the gate, and Beck.
Yep, we're getting Orpheus put in right now.
Yeah, you a couple of the other guards interfere and just give you a quick sharp jab. Nothing to do any damage, but get in there, you fucking moron. You dumb fuck. Get in there.
He's gonna grumble, but not say any intelligible words
Okay.
as he stumbles forward.
Okay. At this point, the entire room, other than the voice, has fallen silent, slow, quiet little murmurings between the groups of specific individuals. And then there's an introduction for this big guy, standing at 8'2", built like Orcus himself. Seen better days. Trust me, we've seen better days on this one. If you use a weapon, you'll sure as shit lose it. Go ahead and roll initiative. And as you roll initiative, you hear the voice of Ogre Zombie! And you just hear thum, 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 as the guards quickly unlatch his fastenings and get the fuck out of Dodge. They patch up the door where barbed wire, barricades, locks, everything. Roll initiative.
30-20.
Oh, okay. You go first. Let the games begin.
There he is.
Yep.
would I have been here or would I have been shoved in further?
You would have been shoved in about there.
Okay. How far is my movement speed?
You have a
Like-
movement speed of 30.
Right, no, but like, is each of these yellow squares actually 5
5,
feet?
yes.
Since we're smaller than 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. And I have a move and an action, right?
Yes. So what you actually see before you is bam. Oh wait. I done fucked up there. How do you make public? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sharing. Boom. There you go. That's your opponent. Testings are out hanging, Morningstar sword stuck in his rib cage.
He's a large creature, right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have reach,
Yeah.
so
2 involved. Am I where I'm supposed to be? This looks like the pit where they drop the corpses down, and Ares isn't here to see.
Ah. Roger that.
I've already got it streaming on Discord, so.
Oh, that's fine. I just need to copy and paste him over. It's all good. All right.
Is there any chance we can get the fog of war lifted? If this is a public event, I'm assuming they're going to light it.
I will see what I can do.
Thanks.
Where is what? There he is. Copy, page toolbar, prisons. And I'll put you there. Settings. Dynamic lighting off. Actually, I could just do this. You should be able to see things now. Question mark. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Go ham. This is your moment.
so reminder, I can do rage whenever, or do I have to do it like, is it I don't remember how rage works, and I'm mid-click for my movement action in Roll20, so I can't move my mouse.
That's fine. I believe rage is at the start of your turn. Early on, a bit later on the line, you get a little bit more control over that. In battle, fight primal frost. On your turn, you can either enter rage. You can enter rage as a bonus action, so it's basically a free action.
Okay, so I moved like that.
Okie dokie.
And
You are now within striking distance.
yes. And rage and punch.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and make. Oh, you get an extra attack with rage?
I'm just making sure I say that I'm raging.
Yeah, you're raging. I just
'Cause
want to.
It lasts for a minute, so I
Yeah,
need
so
my
that's
D10
basically-
out so I can track how many rounds it's
Yeah,
been.
it's 10 rounds. Oh, you're level 2, so you also get reckless attack, danger sense, dexterity advantage, resistance to bludgeoning. Oh, okay. You actually, you did the thing.
What
Okay.
thing?
So you are aware of what rage does, other than make you deal more damage, right?
It gives me bonus health, right?
No, you are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you basically
Cool.
take half damage.
Cool.
Yep.
Dear listeners, I'm a Pathfinder player and I play casters. So the different system and different type of player. My brain does not handle this well sometimes.
So your extra attack, your extra damage is a +2. So whatever you damage you have in total on your dice, you +2 to it.
Okay, so
So go ahead and roll attack using your strength modifier.
yep, I'm gonna use reckless attack for my first attack.
Okay. Oof. Okay. Gives you advantage. So go ahead. Make an attack roll with advantage. Unmute.
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna mute every time I roll because
That's fine.
pick sounds. I don't need the advantage. I rolled a 20.
I don't need the advantage. I rolled a 20. Yeah. Okay. Well, that crits.
2 nat 20s in the first like 30 seconds of this.
And a nat 1. And a nat 1. I've balanced myself out at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So that was your reckless attack. You don't get an extra attack, and you don't have. You get one attack. So you punch and you crit. So what is your hit dice for your? It's a 1d4 unarmed attack, I believe.
I'm looking. It's been a hot minute since I've
It has been a hot minute since you guys have fucking,
fought anything.
wormed your fucking ways out of any fight that I have tried to get you into.
I mean, player-wise, most of us don't like conflict, so
Yeah, that's true. All right. I believe Fist is a 1d4, but you crit. So that's immediately 4 damage. Go ahead and roll the 1d4. It's been a while since I've actually had to DM a combat. So for those listening, it's going to get a little messy to begin with.
4 point of clarification. Orpheus is 6'6".
Okay.
I was looking through to try to clarify what my things are, and like, oh wait, I'm taller than that.
Yep. So you already do max damage, which is 4. So roll the d4.
Which is 4 plus 2 because I have the +2 already.
6. Go ahead and roll.
+3, 9.
9. Plus your strength modifier.
Which is theoretically high.
Theoretically
2.
high. Okay.
11.
You do 11 points of damage. You just hear fists on flesh smack. It's like you were beating and tenderizing meat with your bare fists, Rocky style, and you just see the ripple of flab and skin just wave across his body, and it was. Ugh.
I rushed over there and I went boom.
Yep.
Right into him.
Okay. So that was a total of 11
recklessly.
damage, right?
Aye.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Alrighty. So for those listening, and those who know the stat block already, it has been tinkered and should be tinkered with again should this not last very long. All right. So, and he kind of lowers his guard just a little bit. He then tries to grapple you, so you're going to have to make a contesting athletics check. Fucking hell. What'd you get? I swear to fuck if that's another nat 20. I have set this up to the point of almost you dying. This isn't fair. It's another nat 20, isn't it?
All right. Well, the fucking way you only had a 9 to beat because he fucked up
For
the
the
roll.
listeners, every time there's a nat 1 or nat 20, I take a picture of it because I use metal dice.
All right. So he kind of grips you and you just kind of slap his arm away. Go ahead. It's your turn.
And that's not a 9. There we go. I only get 1 attack, right?
Yep. You can, at this point, you can attack again as a bonus action. The
Cool,
reason why
that's
you,
what
the
I wanted
reason
to
why
hear.
you didn't last time was because you used your bonus action to rage.
Right.
So when you attack with your bonus action this time, you do so without adding your modifier.
Okay. And it's athletics, right?
Yeah. No, yours is a strength modifier. The athletics is to contest a grapple.
So I just roll a strength check, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not adding anything to it, or I'm adding the +2.
You're adding the plus. You're adding your modifier to it.
11.
That hits. He's not wearing any armor. What do you think his armor class is?
I'm not wearing any armor.
I've also had one turn and tried to grapple you. I've not actually hit you yet.
Okay.
Plus, you have unarmored defense.
You also have one armored defense.
So 2 + 2 is 4 plus strength mod
Yep.
for damage. So 6 more damage.
So it's strength. Yes. So your damage is on the dice plus your modifier, and because you're raging, your rage modifier, that's still coming to the same total, right? 6.
Yes, it's 2 + 2 + 2.
Yep. 6. All right. Cool.
Bonus action, hit him again.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Does a 2 hit?
2 does not hit, I'm afraid. As you go in for the second swing, you kind of just brush past the skin. At this point, I'm going to pause the combat and see if other things can make this fight interesting. So we'll start with Kathmandu. What are we doing? You see your barbaric friend wail on this 8-foot monstrosity. And the crowd is going absolutely batshit. They are clearly in favor of your friend at this point.
So am I correct that there's a bunch of people all around
Yes.
here? Okay. And then we came from down here?
Yep.
Or here?
The first one.
There? Okay.
Yep.
Then I can see that monstrosity up there.
Those guards aren't there anymore. It's just
Okay.
all normal guards. They've moved them out of the way so everybody can fit in. Oh,
I
okay.
would like to just move up to here and see what I can see from there.
Okay. As you approach, you see a barricaded, locked, barbed wired door that seems to, with the correct assumptions, been done to keep that fucker inside.
Okay, I'm gonna go off this way. Just stepping over to here.
Okay.
Looking around, seeing what I can see.
As you try and go in that way, God kind of just pushes you back. Watch the fucking fight. And he looks like he's about to draw his weapon, like half unsheathed.
I'm gonna go back to where I was and just stand with Spencer.
Okay.
Then, just for right now.
I'm low key hoping one of you has a really good idea. Genie is next. Go on, look,
Okay.
before we switch.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm also not really. I I have ideas, but I also have to head out in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So,
Okay.
but
Genie.
Do you want to try your ideas in the next 10 minutes? Because mine can wait.
nah, I don't know. I'd rather just at this moment, with it being so soon, I'd rather be
Okay.
also comforting Spencer.
Okay.
This is either going to be brilliant or the dumbest thing I've ever done.
I like where your head is at. Tell me more.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the crowds to see if I see our feline friend.
He's a little off in the distance on the opposite side, but you can see him. He kind of
Okay, so
sticks
at least
out. A lot of the prisoners
where-
are of human nature.
Good. It's important to know that I know where he's at.
Okay.
Then I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay. What does it do?
I get an extra D4 to roll for ability check.
Okay.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to use it on the first ability check you make me use.
Okay.
And then I'm going to...
Is it a cantrip?
Huh?
Is it a cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And then I'm going to sort of back to the back line of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And shapeshift into a rat, and I'm gonna go in the ring.
Okay. As you look for a discreet enough spot when everybody is distracted, swing, 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 swing. You know a rat.
Cool. Yeah, I would like to work my way into the ring.
What's your movement speed as a rat?
Huh?
What's your movement speed as a rat?
Oh, I think it's like 30 or 30. Hold on. That's actually a fantastic question. Where are the aminals? Bat, black bear, brown bear, reef shark. Wait, what? Rat. Oh, it's only 20 feet.
Okay.
Well, I got 20 feet.
Okay.
I'll leave this page open. So I'm gonna first round. I'm just sneaking into the ring.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit off to the side and do rat things. You know, play with my whiskers, perk my ears, cast an eye at the movement, but not really do anything.
Okay. As you transform into a rat and make your way into the ring, what was already pretty giant to you by default now seems like, oh my fucking god, it's Godzilla. And as you look up, it's like, you go into your hind legs, and he's so tall to you, you kind of fall backwards.
Yeah, and I guarantee you I will pee myself. But it's a rat, so no.
Nobody really notices.
It's fine.
All right, so you have moved. You have an action. Your bonus action would have been your cantrip. Go ahead and roll initiative. At this point, we've got.
This is very true. It's a really good excuse. My poor weak bladdered little thing.
For the listeners at home, the concern is evident on the player for Orpheus.
Trust me, I thought of this idea before we actually started the fight, like a couple of weeks ago, and I really hope that a few of you try to do other dumb shit.
Hi.
Because it would
I'm
be
trying to do
great
dumb shit.
story weapon. It would be great storytelling.
I am thick with the dumb bitch candy, so
I
let's do
like it. Dumb bitch candy is good shit. All right.
And player to DM, that is the pit we jumped down, right?
Yes. This area looks very familiar to you.
Good,
You
good.
guys have been here 110% before, merely
No,
just a couple of days
fantastic.
ago.
That's
so
my
we've
exit strategy.
got Ash, we have Ogre Zombie. What was your initiative?
10.
Okay, so we now have Ash, Graph.
Did you say ogre zombie?
Yes. Did you not see on
Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds what I shared?
I saw that. It's also the same thing that you have on there. Here's the thing. I'm trying not to metagame. And that involves, if Orpheus doesn't know it, I'm trying to not know it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like the fact that he insulted a god.
Big ugly dude. That's all you need to know. Big,
With sword
ugly-
inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a Morning Star as a weapon.
Okay.
All right, so that was your turn. The Ogre Zombie's turn. As he kind of growls hard and mindlessly swings this giant Morning Star that looks like it's gonna hurt. Does a 12 hit?
Me double checking to make sure if rage adjusts my AC or not.
No, it does not.
13 is my AC.
All right, he swings and it doesn't even, it's not even a glancing blow. You feel the air brush your face as it misses. And that is where we will go on break time.
Yo, that TikTok you stitched with me today, I legit thought you were gonna yell at me.
I was half doing it. I was like, you know, I can't really, because that'd be really hypocritical.
I thought I was gonna get yelled at. I was on voice chat and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get yelled at.
You definitely got the look.
But yeah, I have 2 dumplings left and I just can't eat them.
Oh yeah, you've eaten now at this point. I
Right.
had
No, but
fruit
like
granola.
I'm in that brain space of not hungry.
Not
And I've
hungry.
been there for a couple days now. I'm just waiting for like that to go away.
So you know, before we started recording, we were talking about, you know, the not wanting to fold laundry, and that being censored to something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. The not hungry feeling is
High up on the not
too.
folding laundry feeling. And if this ends up on OnlyFans, hi kids, we're talking about depression.
Yes, we are.
Also, if this ends up on OnlyFans, what state do you want to live in? Not the constant state of depression.
Yep. Also, for the sake of this now being a thing, I will be posting helpful aids to support those who are finding it difficult. Because let's face it, we are now on the back end of 2020. If anybody at this point is not 100% themselves, that is okay.
I'm going to plug an organization that I work with because
Go
this
for
is a perfect opportunity. I assume if you're listening to this podcast and or listening to podcast content like this, you are a gamer. And if you are a gamer and you do participate in gaming related things and you have mental health concerns or you're looking for mental health resources, I do volunteer with an organization called Take This. That they primarily work with conventions, but please don't go to conventions right now because COVID, that's dumb. They do have a website with lots of resources that you can use and ways to find things that you may need to help cope with stuff, and that is takethis.org. They are an amazing organization, and you have permission to use this video right now, even though it will cause some contention because I'm a Bills fan and my jersey very clearly says that. They offer these fun little shields through Wormwood Gaming that is, if you're like me and you need to like have some sort of physical something to hold on to when you're feeling anxious, they're great. They're palm sized and they help support Take This.
And what I'll do is, rather than hide that little spiel behind a money gate, I'll take that out and that will be put on YouTube because that's the right thing to do.
Cool, because I'll warn them that I did that.
Yep.
Because, like, I volunteer for them, but, like, actually, I'll let Dr. B know that, hey, we got talking into some heavy stuff during a D&D podcast, and I kind of plugged the organization because, like...
It makes sense.
I mean, if we're reducing the stigma for mental health in gaming, then this is a perfect platform for it.
Yep. And I'll also go ahead and say this. If you happen to be on any side of the spectrum of the LGBT, heavy on, I believe it's the transgender, the Trevor Project. Those are also good. So if you are trans, depressed, amongst other stuff, then Trevor Project is definitely something you should probably look into. End YouTube spiel. Back to break time. So when Graf gets back, I think we'll go ahead and begin again. Because Ares wanted to, he just didn't know how to form the words.
Word formation is hard.
It really fucking is, especially in D&D. Because one slight wrong choice of wording can make or break you from a player or DM's perspective. Hi, Kitty.
Fun thought process for the listeners out there that might be getting this chunk of information. You are presented with a locked door.
Door of Nope.
No, you are presented with a locked door. What do? Please post in the comments so that we can figure out which Hogwarts house you belong in.
That works. Hi, Graf.
Is it the scary door?
How would you go about getting in through the door?
Yeah.
That's literally the test.
Yes.
And
No,
your
I'm just
answer
making a
will...
Futurama reference. I know what the test is.
Oh. I obviously do not know the Futurama
It's been a
reference.
long time since I've watched Futurama.
My curse door in Pathfinder has been declared the door of Nope.
Fuck no! That is a hella door of Nope.
Door of Nope that we're about to be on the wrong side of.
Yes.
If that weird tingly feeling in the pit of my navel is correct.
Yes, I am not looking forward to that.
That just might be gas.
I doubt it.
Cheese in a couple of days, so I doubt it.
Welcome back, everybody. During the break, our roguish friend texted me and said what he would like to do. Where did Graf? Graf did do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've just realized I have like a mini wall of text to read.
So if you get for ignoring the outbreak.
If you get for ignoring the outbreak. Ah! Can we not get gushy? Okay, thanks. I'm here to try and guide you through a story.
Remember what I said about CNC? You agreed with it.
Did I?
Yes.
With you specifically?
Yes.
I do not remember this. I plead the fifth.
Contract, baby.
What would you like to show me on the contract? Is it written in
I would,
crayon in
but you
fine
have-
print?
It's not in fine print. It's a big fat fucking paragraph on the first page.
Anywho, the idea is wanting to. Quick question,
Mhm.
Jeannie. What is you keep your stat block as a druid rather than adopt the one of the creature, correct?
Explain to me what you mean by stat block.
So your dex, strength, wisdom,
Right. So
they all stay as you, right?
those I get to keep.
Okay. Which
The
means your
classification.
attack modifier on an unarmed attack, which is strength based, would be what? Because I like what I'm reading.
Mm-hmm. Strength's my dump stat.
Okay.
Intelligence is mine.
Oh, the yin to the yang.
It's worse if you go with the rats. So I like mine. Mine's good at -1 modifier.
So it'd be a D20. Okay. Either way, cool. All right.
I mean, I know I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I am.
No.
gonna-
It's epic.
Jeannie's
It's epic.
coming in, and Jeannie's going to use a distract and with 3 C's. And how effective it is TBD.
I like the way it works.
Okay.
All right. So sorry about that, guys. For those who are listening, I just had to piece together some information and solve a mental puzzle real quick. So that being said, whilst this combat is taking place, our roguish friend makes his way in and out of the crowd. Considering he's one of the more noticeable kind of people in that place, he does it very, very well. He just, squeezes in between the slides and the thin gaps of people, heads around the back, interweaving himself into the crowd. And he, where is roll 20? And he gets to about here, because his OP movement is OP at 240 feet a turn.
It's insane.
Okay, so Ares has cat-like agility, so he can double his movement speed. So 30 to begin with, 30 as a bonus action.
That's not what the space is for. I'm imagining moving that much in 6 seconds.
It's fast. As I said, cat-like agility. You've seen a cat run? Like, meow.
Aries is really quite proud of this. He's explained it to me probably every time we talk about his character.
Yeah, it's one of the slightly broken things about his class that I would feel bad for impending obstacles, but we'll do it regardless at some point down the line. So he gets to roughly where, within dashing distance of Orpheus, and all of a sudden you hear a clang as he yeets the trident through the fence and lands right next to Orpheus's feet. It is now Orpheus's turn. I'm sorry, were you expecting a drawback from this? No drawback. Absolutely no drawback.
You are an evil bitch.
It's a tarp.
It's not.
Can
Play it-
I roll? Can I roll?
You can roll to insight the DM if you so
13.
wish to do so.
No, wait. 15 was my. Come on.
Fourth wall with.
What'd you roll?
A 6. I don't know what my modifier is. I still don't believe you, though. I don't care how truthful you're speaking.
Wow.
That goes
Hey.
to shit my players say. It has
Yes.
to.
Just to Ash and DM the player, this is not a trap. This is kind of what I deep down wanted to happen. Anything that involves an unfair advantage in favor of the enemy has to be equaled out at some point. Congratulations, you've just had the equalizer, with more to happen soon, TM. Which will then give you guys an advantage in this scenario.
So since I can dual wield my hand axes,
You
Does
cannot
that-
dual wield a trident. A trident is a two-handed weapon, I believe.
no, it's not.
Is it versatile?
It just says one hand.
Well, holy shit, trident's one-handed weapon.
Not for me,
Play-
it's not.
Player to DM. Is the sword in his side a one-handed sword?
Pausing combat for a split second. This will be labeled as a free action because you have the
No,
ability to study during a fight. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
No. Just like, I want to know, because if his first action is to pull it out, I just want to know if like his bonus action is going to be to pick up his trident, or if
That
it's
would
going to be
work.
to swing. Okay,
That could
that's all I
work.
needed to know, because him pulling it out, he would reflexively pull it with 2, but if
Mhm.
it's small enough for him to pull with 1,
And honestly, if you did end up you having to use 2 hands to extract it and still try to dual wield, I would give you the ability to use the two-handed as a one-handed, but you would be doing so at a disadvantage. But considering you get a strength, you have an advantage on strength attack, and the disadvantage, it would cancel each other out, so it would just be a straight roll plus your modifier. For this fight only.
so am I able to pull it out of him
That's an action.
and pick my weapon up?
Bonus action. Yes.
How do pull out of him?
That would be an athletics check.
Okay, I get a mute.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, so dirty 20.
20 it is. You grab with one hand and it feels jammed at first, and you give it a little wiggle, and then you just see gunk and blood and kidney and a little bit of rotten bone just leak from the wound. Sorry for those who are listening and have
content-
really
Content warning on my question. Content warning on my question. What was it stuck on?
not his Johnson. It was literally like lodged in between his ribs at an angle.
Okay. So was it in his lung? His abdomen?
To be honest,
Or
his body's a little disproportionate. You couldn't really place it if you wanted.
No,
It
no,
could
no.
have been
Like,
any of the internal organs.
what I'm asking, was it up top where it would be the lungs, or lower down where it would be the intestines and stuff?
His intestines.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't like where this is going. And the fact that
Um,
you've turned your camera off suggests that you can't keep your poker face, which
Oh,
means
no,
you're up
no,
to
no.
something.
No. I needed to turn it off for a minute because uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because if it's in his chest and it was potentially lodged in, this is nurse brain,
Mhm.
so out of the player brain, not character brain. If it's in his chest, his lungs would have a hard time functioning as well, which would make him more sluggish and more likely to be clumsy. If it were in his abdomen, in his gut bits, eventually in some time that's going to cause icky things that aren't necessarily going to impact combat. If his lungs aren't functioning properly, that will impact combat.
Not a zombie. Zombies don't really need to breathe.
Right, but like that's where my brain was going.
Yeah, I get it.
And if there's a hole for his entrails to come out of, then having his entrails come out of more places is really thematically really funny to me. Because I could start cutting them off.
Combat impacting for me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep.
That's fine.
All right. So you do, in fact, are able to pull it out. And congratulations, you have a two-handed sword.
So I have...
You know what? I'm gonna be nice. So you get to keep your advantage. It's a one-handed sword. And now you have your trident. That would be all of your actions done. You have movement. As long as you don't move away from him, you're good.
Can I try to tackle him with movement?
You would need a run up, like a 5-10 feet run up.
Okay, then I have weapons now.
Okay. All right.
I can't attack more because I've done my actions. So.
Okay. So, Jeannie wanted to move into a position where things could happen. So, Jeannie, what would we like to do?
Is that me having moved behind him?
During all of this shenanigans, yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to temporarily gag on the side of the entrails.
Okay. Go ahead and make it a Constitution saving throw.
That's fantastic. Love you for that. 15.
Okay. You puke a little bit inside your mouth, but that's about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm fine. Being right behind the ogre now, I'm going to leap to the back of his leg as high as I can manage, which
Okay.
a couple feet.
So I need somebody to do some quick math for me. 8 feet chunk down into blocks of 10 because you're a rat. Well, actually, what is your climbing speed? I will give you a climbing speed of 15 if you don't have one.
There isn't one. It's just 20 feet speed.
20 feet. 20 feet versus... Okay, well, I'd say with, agile, you can climb up pretty high quite quickly.
I'm high on agile. So, is Orpheus watching? Is he looking right at me?
Orpheus is focused on Guy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Orpheus cannot see. He's locked heavy into rage battle mode.
If I show up on this guy's shoulder,
you also have to remember that he's raging.
For point of context, Orpheus, when he rages and gets into combat,
Hulk.
it's very similar to like when I have a migraine. The stimuli I'm focused on is the only stimuli that
I got you.
Like player to player, he's not going to notice you touching his back with little rat claws.
Nope, I get it.
Because those are tiny little pinpricks.
Also, the rat weighs like nothing, so. All right. Well, I'm going to climb up the back of the ogre, take a quick look at my terrifying friend and how terrifying he is, and that image is now.
He's like for flavor, his eyes kind of glazed over with rage.
Yep, that's a image of him I will never unsee. This is going to be fine.
Fanfic material.
Yep. And then I'm going to climb up the back of the guy's head so I'm sitting on top and sink my rat teeth into his eye.
Into his eye.
Into his eye. I'm going after his eye.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What now?
So, point of just before I unveil that side of the story, a DM to listeners. That spiel came from somebody who has a lot of goal issues and feeling uneasy.
Did that just come out of graph?
That just came out of graph. I am moderately impressed and therefore will allow it without a disadvantage.
I'm incredibly impressed.
Because that is personal fucking growth right there. D&D, ladies and gentlemen, the game of personal growth.
D&D, ladies and gentlemen, the game that's not therapy but becomes therapy for everybody.
Yes, literally. Go ahead and make an attack roll. And as you're biting, that would be your strength modifier.
Well, that's not helpful.
Sorry. Going to be a little bit of drawback.
Attack is a d20 or?
D20.
Okay. Oh. Well, that's great.
What was it?
That's fine. It's a 2.
Because I kind of really want this to work, I'll allow advantage.
Oh, it's a 6. Come on, the eye is really squishy and my teeth are super sharp. I just want his eyeball.
I
can't believe
know,
just said
I
that.
know, but here's the thing. It's 2 off his AC.
I swear to God, this
Hold
dice
on a
is
minute.
now forever.
Hold on a minute. Don't you have a D4?
I do. I do
That
have
was
a
the skill
D4, and I
check.
said I would roll it the first time you told me to check.
I'll make an exception this once.
But that's a type of check.
It is.
And I told you in advance.
You did.
It's a 4!
All right, so that's 10. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That is a 1d4 plus your strength modifier, so it's -1. So the max that you can possibly get is 3. Oh, shit. Okay, so basically what happens is I will allow you to do 1 damage. Like you can't get less than as a 1 in D&D.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate you.
So just because it did no
Stupid
damage
dumb
doesn't mean
stat.
it didn't blind it partially.
Exactly, which is why I'm about to inform. So everybody in the crowd like murmurings and pointing of you climbing up this zombie ogre's back as you crawl into its head and look down at its eye with your buck-toothed rat-like fangs. The ogre kind of smacks himself in the face. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
On the new dice, because that one's grounded. Oh, hell yeah. What's my modifier? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. As he goes to smack himself in the face, you skip to the side of his head real quick, and he does the one time I want shit to roll low, it rolls really fucking high. Jesus fucking Christ. He does 8 points of damage to himself by smacking himself in the face.
I'm sorry. What now?
So his strength modifier is a +4. He rolled a 4.
I'm gonna go back to stretching my back.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary identifying friends and loot dice goblins, D&D, where the dice more or less tell the story. And like he kind of like knocks himself a little bit dizzy, which I'm gonna go ahead and say bypasses his turn because he failed the check. Beck, you see this unfold.
I do.
You
And I
do.
giggle.
What are we doing?
As a bonus action, can I snort and giggle?
You could do that as a fucking free action. That won't cost you a goddamn thing.
Please do.
From where I'm standing, I'm close enough to light our zombie friend up with a cantrip called Sacred Flame.
Okay.
It's a save or die spell. Like, you won't die, though, because it's not that much damage. I don't roll anything. You do. You
Okay.
roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
That's what I'm checking for you now, ma'am.
Fuck.
I'm still stuck on the ogre doing max damage to itself.
I mean, have you ever been bit in the eye by a rat? Like, you're gonna flail.
Have you never seen the videos of people slapping whipped cream into their face because they got tickled on the nose?
That's basically what happened.
True.
That's basically what it was.
So, what?
It's a DC 10.
DC 10. Alright, well, that's a fail.
Yeah. So now I roll a D8.
Player to player. I'm
won't
on
hurt
this
you.
guy. Do
It
I
won't
need
hurt
to
you.
roll?
Nope, it won't hurt you. It's a single target spell. It's not an area of effect.
Okay, but he's gonna be on fire, right?
Not fire. It's radiant flame, so it's like holy fire. That's not gonna affect anything that.
Because he's undead and I'm not.
Right. And because I know you're there, I'm not targeting you. It literally, because it's a single target spell. I mean, unless the DM says no, you're small enough, you're on it, make a save. But I'm pretty sure you can make a DC 10 save. Because you don't even take half damage, you just take no damage.
The crazy shit the DM lets the players do.
So it's going to take 5 radiant damage.
5, okay.
I don't know if it has any kind of weaknesses to radiant damage or not.
Okay. Okay, so for the sake of this fight, we do. Okay, so that is now that. Okay, cool. Ash, Orpheus. It seems like you have some dirty strat level players and party members helping you out in your time of need. You're muted.
I'm a 1-2 try to stabby. It's gonna go boom boom.
Okay, so go ahead and add your. So the second attack will class as your bonus action. The first attack you can add your strength modifier to. The second one you don't. It's a flat roll. Go ahead and roll.
First one's gonna be the trident.
And I will give you well, you already get advantage anyway, so.
17.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for the second one.
I rolled a 17. So
It doesn't. Don't even
19.
bother adding the modifier. It hits.
No. Here's the second roll.
Yep.
16.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So let's see. Trident does 1d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Plus 2 from rage. Right?
Yep. The other one, I will not allow you to have your rage modifier on.
4 plus 2 plus 2, 8.
Okay.
What's the damage for the sword?
Like
my hand axes are 1d6 plus 2 slashing.
1d6 plus 2.
I rolled a 4,
plus 2 is your
so
modifier.
6.
Okay. So that's 8 plus 6 is 14. Alrighty. At this point, the zombie ogre is looking pretty beaten up in such a short amount of time, and you hear the announcer be like, "Seems like we have some unfair advantage on the field, guards!" And then the crowd goes, "Boo! Boo!" And then he goes, "Scratch that!" And then the guards go back in their normal stance.
For the listeners, player Ashley just got really excited because of a football game score, and then that got said, and then she got very scared, and then that got said that it got canceled, and now she doesn't know how to feel about this.
Meanwhile, one of the guards approaches our cat-like friend and just a hand on the shoulder. The fuck was that? You fucking furball. Just grabs him by the stuff of the neck and just literally, because he's a cat-like creature, just crams him between the bars. You now have an Ares in the ring as well. And everybody make a perception check. You with disadvantage because you're in rage mode.
I was gonna say this has got to be with disadvantage because I'm focused.
Yes.
I got 19 without any of my modifiers.
Okay. Please do.
I got an 11 and then a 19, so that's 11, right?
11 plus. What's your modifier?
So that's an 11.
Flat roll. Confirmed. Jeannie?
Mine's total 21.
Total 21. Okay. Beck?
You said perception?
Yep.
Checking my modifiers. I have none. It's flat 16.
Okay. With the combined rolls, you, Jeannie and Beck, see dark swirling circles on the floor arrive, and you hear the groans of zombies rising through a portal. There are about 3. I love how I keep making Ash turn a camera back on.
Yeah, I got so excited because my football team scored. And now it's all gone.
I did say today's gonna be a big day.
For clarity, I'm still hanging out on the dude's head, like higher off the ground than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, right now you feel like you're 100 feet in the air because you're so small.
He's 8 feet tall, babe. He's 8 feet.
Yeah, and you feel like you're 100 feet high because you're so small. That 8 feet drop looks like 100-foot drop.
No, she's not terrified of heights. She's definitely not peed down his back 4 times.
That's disgusting.
I reiterate, Rats pee constantly. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, so let me just pull that up real quick. All right. So,
Druid afraid of heights.
so I will roll initiative for our good friend Kitty Cat Catmandu. I'm not sure if your guys' health pools are accurate because you haven't told me that you've been updating them. All right, so that puts him at 14, which is Jesus fucking Christ. What was your initiative again? I didn't actually write down the numbers. Do you remember?
Mine was 10.
Yours was 10,
11.
okay. And yours was 11, okay.
20.
Yep. And then I'm just going to roll 1. So that puts you. I fucking hate the fact that zombies have a negative initiative because it's dexterity. Okay, so that's actually okay. So cool. Let me just do this real quick. So other than that, whilst I'm doing initiative stuff, we'll start from Jeannie. Favorite D&D class?
I'm sorry, what?
Whilst I'm doing fuck's sake. Whilst we're doing initiative stuff, favorite D&D class?
It's gotta be Druid.
Beck?
My favorite D&D class is probably the Warlock because it goes with everything. I want to make a Barbarian lock.
That would be fucking scary, I'm not gonna lie.
It's my next goal because I've never actually played a Barbarian. It's like the gateway drug to all the other classes, the Warlock. Makes everything else spicier. Perfect amount of seasoning. Could literally make a Barbarian Warlock that's flavored like the Crow.
A barb lock?
And
Yes, but like the Crow. So like his rage is not like overt and angry and violent. It's quiet, and there's actually a subclass or a subtype of Warlock or a subpact of Warlock that is the Undying. So literally the movie The Crow.
what did you say your initiative was again, Graph? 10? Okay, got it right. Cool. So as Ares gets thrown in, he kind of just looks around quickly and doesn't really see any available weapon. So naturally, his cat-like instincts kick into play, and claws are now a thing. And he holds his turn for when a zombie gets within striking range. So the first set of the first zombie that you guys see rolls up to Orpheus and makes an attack roll. It's gonna just completely think of the zombies as a cross between a slash and a bitch slap. That is a 6 on the dice. So with a +3 to hit, 9. Yeah, no, that's not happening. So like you feel the wind change slightly as the swipe is visible to the corner of your eye. Although you're being focused, you now know that there is an attempt of being a flank. The second zombie rolls on in and makes its way to Orpheus. Makes his way to JD. JD then just goes straight for the throat with the claws and attempts to pull. That was like 14 on the dice, so that hits regardless. And he deals 1d4 plus his modifier. That's 4 plus, where is his thing? I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. Orpheus, Ogre Zombie, NPCs, get rid of that. Do that. There we are.
Your note taker needs to know which character the Zombo is swiping at.
Catmandu.
Yeah, Kathmandu. That is a +4. So that's 4 plus 4 plus that one. 8. That's total of 9 damage. And then the zombie has to make a Constitution saving throw. So as the claws sink in, the zombie is immediately lifeless, and as he's slowly beginning to pull, it kind of wakes back up mid throat rip. He's just like that. Oh shit! he's then he's then going to disengage and maneuver himself behind Orpheus, because disengage allows to disengage from the combat and move without an attack of opportunity. The third zombie rolls in on, just moves up slowly. The crowd is booing and hissing at the fact that the tables have now changed in terms of numbers. It is Beck's turn. You are the only one not in the ring.
I know, and I'm gonna have to feel like a scummy scumbag because I'm not gonna go into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
In an effort to continue to maintain my cover. This is the one that Ares just kind of throated, right?
No, this is the one that got throated.
Okay.
That one is the one that tried to strike Orpheus.
All's fair in love and war, right?
Yep.
I am going to. I'm gonna measure it first. Boop boop boop, boop boop, boop. So I'm gonna move to there.
As you move, the guard next to you, where are you going? Supposed to be there watching the fight. Yeah, like there's two either side of there's two on your side, and on the other door there's two there. Like there's got to be some form of
Control.
Yeah, ground control.
Gotcha. Checking in with the guard that just shoved the cat inside.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me know how that goes. I want to know what that little fucking furball did.
Exactly. Makes my movement. I forget.
In fact, go ahead and make a persuasion check as well. This is
Fair.
deception technically because you're lying.
I mean, but I'm not. I'm telling the truth. I want to know why that guard shoved him in.
Okay, persuasion then.
17.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Same response.
That's my movement.
Mhm.
And we said this one.
Yep, that's the one that just got throated.
So
And he's barely standing. He's barely he's far more wounded than he was when he entered.
Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw of 10.
Also radiant damage. So good choice. What did you say the saving throw was?
It's a 10.
Yeah, well, it was a 17 on the dice.
So it makes it.
Yep. So that's no damage, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So as you cast Sacred Flame, and you see the zombie itself be lit on fire, but the zombie just shrugs it off, kind of like a shiver down the spine, involuntary shiver. Genie, it's your turn. When you are not cramming face hole with snacks.
Listen, my DM said get snacks.
I did.
I got it snacks. Okay. Genie style assessing the situation. We've got one zombo that's going after my man, but didn't really do anything. We've got one zombo that is he upright? Just
He's upright. He's a little bit more mutilated than you would have expected or have liked to have seen.
Great. Loving that. And
his
then
larynx is kind of like visible.
We've got another zombo that is on fire, so now there's two of them, and also the one that's both.
But the fire is instantly. The fire kind of dissipates when the spell realizes it's not done damage, quote unquote.
Well, then I noticed the giant fucking ogre below me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back down his head.
Okay.
His
That's
shoulder.
movement. Yep.
And I'm gonna try my teeth on his carotid and see.
Alrighty then. Just before that actually happens, do me a favor and make a medicine check. Is it a medicine check?
Oh, to know where to aim?
To know where to aim, yeah. Because Genie's not really well versed in human anatomy. Oh, well, ogre anatomy.
Ogre anatomy. I'm gonna do this one right in Fantasy Grounds.
Not 20. Alright, you take a wild fucking shot in the dark and you fucking go to town. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh, where's my good dice? Oh, you've got to be motherfucking kidding me.
I will also give you advantage because, yes, because he's currently, like, judging by the way that the combat map is, he's kind of surrounded. You're below him. You're literally on him. And I give you flanking bonus, so it's an advantage.
Appreciate that, because that was a dirty 1, is what that was.
Yeah.
I got 14 that time.
All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That's a bite, which is 1d4 minus, so the max you can do is 3.
I got another point on him.
Okay.
One singular. I'm really trying very hard not to think about the images. Quit broadcasting them at me, Ashley. I'm really trying not to.
All right, so you scroll down, as quick as a rat does, and you just begin to nibble at where his carotid artery is. And it's going to take some time if you wish to continue to doing so, but you manage to nick a little bit of the skin. And it's a little bit of what would be blood, but not really. It's more like gone off blood, congealed and slimy and bleh.
Permission to barf is a free action.
Permission granted. A rat just projectiles from left field. So this tiny ass rat just go. Bleh.
I prefer the rainbow vomit.
Can I roll a perception to see if I now notice?
Sure. No, instead of the barf, you say. It's still at a disadvantage though because you're raged.
$18 and a 14.
Okay, yeah, you notice.
In Rage Brain, how do I put together that might be my friend?
It's a rat.
That's projectile vomiting.
Yeah.
You have just seen me as a rat, like minutes before.
So
I sauntered out.
very, very briefly, you get a quick flashback
of rainbow projectile vomit. And then you see this and you kind of connect the dots. It's a weird way of connecting the dots, but you're a dumb boy, so to you it works. Like in a brief moment, an ever so brief moment of clarity, you kind of just see projectile rainbow vomit in your mind, and then immediately go back to white hot rage. It is now also Orpheus's turn. Welcome back. Things have happened. A lot of things have happened.
You've been a badass, so there's that.
You were absolutely a badass. It's just a shame that you got caught in process.
Minor detail.
Ever so slightly minor detail. You almost did just rip a zombie's throat out, though. With your bare claws.
I was going to tell him that he had a nice throating session.
I almost yeah.
And there's the bird.
My first action is going to be to take the trident and try to stick it through his other eye.
Okay. Go ahead on a flat roll because it's a specific area. I'm gonna give you a disadvantage. So
Tridents have 3 spikes. I'm not trying to hit a specific spike. I'm just jamming it at his face.
Oh, okay. Well then, fair enough. Still go ahead.
Thematically, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
He's just jamming it in the face.
Okay. Someone TLDR.
TLDR just said ground control and didn't finish it with to Major Tom.
I did. I was sitting for you.
That's all that matters. Am I adding my strength mod to this?
Yes, this is your first attack. So, yes.
30-20.
30-20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's this one. 9.
All right.
Since I hit and it's a dirty 20, can I say it went through his eye?
No.
Damn.
I have given you guys a lot of shit this fight.
Can I say I poked him in the eye? The busted eye? The damage was the trident going through the busted eye?
No.
Damn.
I literally just rolled a d20 to decide that for me.
I'ma do the stabby stab.
So how much damage did you say it was to begin with?
9.
9. Okay.
17 on the die.
17 on the die hits. Go ahead and roll damage without your modifier.
That's the D4, right?
D6.
Also a D6. 3.
3. Did you add your rage bonus to the first attack?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Because that was the other +2 because I rolled a 5.
Yeah, it would be great if you were to break the damage down for me instead of just giving me the total.
Okay.
And then give me the total. It helps the brain process.
Okay.
You said 9 and 3, right?
Yeah.
12. Okay,
12.
cool. 12. So that's...
I sounded way too excited about mathing that.
She is in full little mode right now.
No, I'm not. I am high.
Hi, little Orpheus.
I am high.
Hi, little Angie Orpheus.
I am high and the Buffalo Bills are winning.
All right. Aries. Would you like the quick TLDR before your turn? Okay. Quick TLDR is you decided to be a badass, interweave between the crowd and threw the trident in. Granted, as badass that was, the guard caught you, threw you into the ring. The zombie was looking like it was having the shit kicked out of him. Some foul play from somewhere was made, and portals were made, bringing out 3 zombies. Also, Graf decided to try and bite the eye out of the zombie. That's your TLDR.
I don't know how well that would taste.
Like rotten
didn't.
jelly.
It really didn't.
That is basically your TLDR of the major facts. Oh, you also just nearly completely destroyed a zombie by ripping its throat out. You also decided to nope out the moment it kind of came back because it made the undead fortitude save.
So, I am going to.
You also currently have no weapon but your claws.
So they also took my daggers?
You didn't have daggers.
He was using my staff as a walking cane, though. He would have had that in hand.
Okay,
I would have had that in hand, and then I had the daggers hidden underneath my armor.
Okay, well, I didn't know that at the time, so I just basically used your claws.
Okay.
It would have been the same damage as your daggers anyway.
Mm-hmm. This guy. How would you say this guy is looking?
Completely unscathed.
Unscathed?
Well, no fresh damage for a zombie. The wounds that the way the zombies are is that they take the form of what they were, wounds included, before they died. So no fresh wounds.
What I would like to do is reach into my chest piece, grab my dagger.
That's a free action.
I would like to jump and
stabby. Okay.
Yeah, jump and
it's a 10-foot jump. I'll allow it. How high are you wanting to jump? Zombies are about average. How about 5-6 feet?
Okay, so then I don't really have to jump far. I would like to, because I'm 6'5".
You're 6'6", right? 6'5", 6'6". Must have heard you were 6'6".
I'm 6'5".
6'5".
I would like to jump at least a foot or so, and come down with the dagger.
Okay, so I'm not gonna get you to roll for the jump and stuff. It's basic, simple jump. 10 feet across. Are you wanting to land on top of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you jump up and are about a foot or so in the air, you have your dagger poised, ready for the strike. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier. Because you is proficient.
8.
8 points of damage. Alrighty. Oh shit. Alright. It does not actually make the undead fortitude. As you rise up in the air and your dagger poised, your dagger sinks into its chest cavity and you just drag it down. It slowly just and splits into two, and each half falls at the same time. So that rolls out you. You okay, Graf? So I think I found my forte for D&D. Gory detail. If you need to take a moment, feel free to do so. Are you good? Okay, good. Also, quick PSA for future DMs in the making. Always check on the well-being of your players during session, because shit can get a little gory, a little messy, and a little deep. And we're not talking about double penetration.
I was gonna say that's what she said.
She's too busy joking.
On what?
this time Doritos, but
All right, so that zombie is dead. Dead. 404 zombie not found. I'll move him out of the way. Actually, I'm actually going to keep him there, but I'll do layer is drawing. There we go. All right. The second zombie that almost that didn't quite go down the first time walks round and isn't really too focused on what he tries to hit first, and sees that there is a fleshy target just right in front of him, and goes ahead and make an attack roll. Come on! Hey! Just when you want the natural 20s to start rolling in. Natural 20 hit? As you see the similar way that the Kathmandu holds his hand when having his claws expanded, he's going to slash at you, which automatically is a total of 6 points of damage, plus 5 plus 1, 12 points of damage. But because you're still raged, you take half of that, so you take 6. All hail the barbarian.
you would like her to rage.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Why are you giving me that look? What? Hello?
To be completely honest, this look started a while ago, and I've since forgotten why I made it.
Wasn't it due to the rat trying to bite the neck of the ogre zombie? We currently have players dying IRL due to laughing fits. Please hold. We'll return back to our scheduled program soon, TM.
So the laughing is coming from myself because I know why. Like, I know I made the grossed out confused face, and then I forgot why because it took so long. Because I'm that high.
The third zombie
Perfect
makes his way to about here and sees another fleshly being. Goes ahead and make a slash attack against our Kathmandu. 15 on the dice.
Ouchies.
That is you take a total of 5 points of damage. Hey, oh, you're down. So as the zombie comes in and you just see abrasions go across the chest and pierce the armor as your cat-like friend falls to the ground completely unconscious. Beck, it is your turn.
All right. I have things I can do to fix that. Oof.
There is some wholesome involved tonight, I promise.
I call some bullshit on that.
You ended that going a little on the corpse husband side of things.
Mm-hmm. That still gets me every fucking time.
Still trying to figure out which way I want to go about this. Oh, well.
I'm gonna have to speed you up a little bit.
All right. Going to burn a use of healing light because that is not touch. That's at range.
Okay.
And I'm going to provide Catman with 1d6 of health.
Okay.
So gaining 5 health.
Nice. You now have 5 HP again. You after being unconscious, you're like, and you're just prone. Knowing exactly what happened and still feeling the wound itself, you are back to the land of the living.
And then I'm going to continue to work on making my way the rest of the way to here to talk to the guard, or at least appear to talk to the guard in case the other one's still paying attention to me. Can I make a perception check to see if he's still watching me?
Mm-hmm.
How does an 18 do?
Okay. He looks as though he's not seen anything.
I will go ahead and participate in the conversation with the other guard, asking why he shoved the cat in the arena.
You saw what he did. He fucking threw the trident into the barbarian. Who gives a barbarian a fucking trident?
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. All right. Any idea where he got it from? Should we check the storeroom? Trying to pump the guard for more information about where to look for our shit.
You didn't have to call it out. You didn't have to tell the DM. I followed. I knew where you were going. Away our plan.
Holy shit. What? I got distracted by the red tiger-like leggings that are apparently on today's attire. Was not expecting to see tiger spawn into the battlefield.
One. Bring it back.
Come on, it was perfectly well timed to say those things.
I mean, sure. And then he begins to lead you he basically leads you all the way up past here, but before you actually get there, the guard that looks to have not seen anything puts his arm right in front of you. What was that bullshit?
What was what bullshit?
Well, unless I suddenly just developed a religious inkling, I saw some bullshit white light.
So to clarify, it doesn't emanate from me.
No, but you were the one who casted the action.
It's not a spell.
He put 2 and 2. So what is it?
It's an ability that I have as a celestial warlock.
Oh, shit.
Is dirty.
So how? Okay,
So it wasn't you, it was your patron.
Yes.
So you're claiming divine intervention.
Yes.
Literally.
Are you telling him this?
Power. No.
Okay.
I'm telling the player to DM that so that
Okay.
DM can correct NPC's line of thinking.
Cool. He kind of gives you. So you know that there's a wager on this, right?
No, nobody brought me in on the bet.
Taking donations for the bet.
What's the terms?
Well, so far it's the ogre to win, but it's not looking that way at the moment.
Is it too late for me to put money on the?
He kind of puts his deliberately the wrong way, like you were trying to whisper something to somebody, but another person could still see it, kind of on purpose. I'll squeeze you in.
Okay. I'm still waiting on my first check.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere, obviously.
I mean, we get paid peanuts anyway. This is from the slaves. This was
Oh.
done months ago.
Okay.
When they first brought him in.
I've been here for months.
Gotcha. All right then. What are the odds? Do you know?
10 to 1.
On the ogre?
Mm.
So this is. Oh man. Absolutely.
Mm.
I'll
We
even
could
give you.
just think of the winnings. We can quit from this place.
Right?
Start a retirement home. Fuck Arcus. He says that really quietly.
Hey now. Careful with that blasphemy. I don't want to get struck down.
As you say that, the portal of another dimension. I'm kidding. Yes, 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Also, when this fight is over, someone will have to quick math that real quick.
Depends on the
Total pool.
amount put in. Yeah. I'll math it for you. Yeah, no, definitely squeeze me in on that if you can. We're just going to see if where that trident actually came from. Points to the other guard that was coming with me.
Total pool is 200 gold.
Jesus, we're talking Electrum at that point.
Yeah. Fuck.
Right. Well,
wait, when he says, wait, hold on. He immediately goes to dumb boy mode. Like, there is a severe derp look in his eyes. Wait, was it 20? No, it's 20. 20 gold. I wish it was 200. Oh
yeah. Well, even still, that's still 200 gold. That's 20 plat. That's 2 Electrum.
yeah.
That's still a lot of money. But keep an eye out here for us real quick. We're gonna go and check the armory and see where they got that trident from.
Oh, the trident.
That looks too shiny to be one of ours.
I
So I'm thinking it might
saw
be some
something.
contraband.
Yeah, it's definitely contraband. We never actually managed to. I don't think we managed to put that in storage. And there was a theft made. There was somebody complained of a theft just a few nights ago.
Oh, we know where it went.
Fuck.
I'd hate to be the one on the hook for that one.
Oh, you and me both. And then look, a bit of worry in his eyes. All right, cool. He lets you go past. So yeah, for those who didn't know, 200 gold, I believe, is total winning money, if a win is to be made.
I'm not sure where that guard was taking me exactly, so.
It's going to take you some time, given the fact that there's a crowd. Even along the outside, you would have to move the slaves and civilians back to make it a clean path. It's going to take a couple of turns, if not maybe 5, depending on how things go. Genie,
I have no problem sticking people still.
That's what she said. It's totally fucking possible in 2020. Don't give me that look. I'll stick you.
Yo, I'm just like seriously distracted by, I think both Aries and Graf were just eating brownies during that. Or some sort of sweet something. Okay.
Nuggies.
I saw brownie on Graf's and I just saw Aries eating something small. I assumed it was the same thing.
It's a good assumption with Aries.
Anyway,
so
you have your composure back.
I see. He's right in front of me. I see Catboy go down.
You also see Catboy come back up.
I do see Catboy come back up. I'm going to. Oh God, 8 feet. I'm going to leap to the ground.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check as a rat.
Couple feet. I think I got.
Please roll high. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I love it.
It's great.
All right.
It's
I
fine.
forgot. I'm very high and having to manually do this.
Yep, no. High D&D is the best D&D.
15.
Okay. You also have a +2.
That is
Yeah.
my +2.
Okay.
It was a 13, so 15.
In a heat of the moment and your adrenaline pumping and the fear for your friend's life, you perform quite the gymnast set of acrobatics. You, from 8 feet in the air, you jump off and pirouette, somersault, and land on the ground, flat on your feet, like a cat with an extra instinct.
I mean, if you're gonna wild shape, you might as well just be really very good at it.
Like you, so Ares, Catman, you literally, out of the corner of your eye, you see a rat leap off this ogre and perform a pirouette, somersault, pike, all kinds of bullshit acrobatics from 8 feet in the air before she touches the ground.
Animated nutcracker.
And cute Deadpool music.
Maximum effort.
Apparently.
So landing at the rat, I do take that half moment to cherish what I just did.
Yep.
Naturally, that was a good confidence boost. And then I'm letting go of wild shape.
You're not
I
halfling.
saw,
The entire
Yeah.
crowd, like, the fuck? Like, it literally, the entire fucking stadium chants at the same time, the fuck? And it just echoes.
oh God, my ears.
What's up, Aries?
So just to confirm, when I got pushed in, I dropped the spear, or dropped the staff. So it's
No.
somewhere in here.
No.
No?
You still have the staff.
Okay.
Better motherfucking have it because that's what I'm going after. It's not you, it's the staff.
No, I'm going to pass the staff.
Wait. So are you
No, it's still my turn.
are you jumping in the direction of Aries?
Oh, so-
Yeah, I told you I'm leaping
Okay.
towards my.
So as
Mine
you
time.
leap in and perform this series of acrobatics, you drop your wild shape at the last second,
Right.
and your arms from behind grab the staff and land on your 2 feet, staff in hand.
That's what I did, and it was inspired as hell.
Uh,
And then the staff goes to the floor with a thud, and she just stands there.
You just see a slight ripple or shockwave for effect.
And so now you've got a halfling stood there beside you, panting and being really quite proud of herself.
Quite smug, chest puffed out.
My baby girl's growing up.
That is your turn.
Yep, I'm good.
Orpheus, back to the top of the round. How many more turns of rage do you have?
This is round 5
Okay.
of rage.
Okay,
So-
cool. You see, this is how I wanted fights in my last campaign to go. That last more than two turns instead of wiping out a zombie beholder in less than 3.
Did a rat just jump over me?
Yes.
To be
And I
fair,
did
the
it
rat
with
started from like
style.
3 feet higher than you.
2.
It was like 8.5 foot, I thought.
Right, and I'm 6.5 foot.
Oh, okay. I thought you were closer to 6. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm big.
The
I'm a
more
big boy.
important point is that the rat did it with style.
Maybe
Yes.
the rat when jumping to jump over you, hand sprung off the top of your head. There's no telling.
Can that be part of it?
Yes, absolutely. At this point, it's fucking canon. An acrobatic rat.
How bad does big ogre boy look?
He's taking a fucking beating. He probably doesn't have much more in him.
Okay, I'm
but it's hard
Pop,
to
pop.
tell with a zombie. All right.
Pop, pop.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with the trident. Add your. Don't forget, you also have advantage on strength-based attacks.
So 16 to hit.
16 hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
Max damage. So 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10.
Okay. So Oh, okay. Second attack.
How's he looking?
Pretty fucked up. At this point, the old wounds have reopened. His intestines are now literally almost completely vacant from his stomach. What did you roll?
19 to hit.
Go ahead, roll damage.
4.
How do you want to do this? Please hold. I have temporarily broken my play with the words from Matt Mercer. How do you want to do this?
Stim check.
Major stim check.
So I
At this point, anything fucking goes. Be as creative as you like.
jam the trident into him while at the same time ratcheting the sword up through his rib cage. And as he takes his last undead breath, I crunch those two together.
I've also just realized that I fucked up.
What? How long ago has that thing been dead?
No, he's been alive for a while. But when I redid the initiative, I didn't roll him into it.
Oh,
So he's not had an attack for like 3 turns.
It hasn't been that long.
I'm taking notes, and I haven't seen the ogre move in at least 2 or 3 turns.
Ogre's defense, it did just slap the shit out of itself. It may have been stunned or dazed.
It might have confused himself.
That's what we're going with. It was stunned for the entire time. It was stunned for 1d4 turns. Oh look, it was 3.
To be fair, he did max damage hit himself in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he use the mace or the
No,
morning star? Or
just his hand.
Fong.
Just the hand.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you want to stab him in the eye?
No, I go down towards him with the trident and up underneath the ribs, and as he starts to die, I crunch those together.
And with that, blood spurts from every hole that you just made into him, and then he falls limp.
Rawr.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay.
Who's got music playing? In before copyrighted on YouTube.
17.
The crowd fucking loves it.
Oh, that's on the die.
The crowd fucking loves it.
Because that's a 17 plus 6.
Yeah, the crowd is completely enthralled with what just transpired. And they're like, oh, instead of what the fuck, everybody simultaneously, guards included, holy shit. But there are still enemies on the field. Catman, what are we doing? It's all good.
I would like to take, because I'm in reach, my dagger and stab towards.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. With advantage at this point, I will give you the inspired. Doesn't mean you get a D10 inspiration, you just get advantage on the roll. Because of the big guy just being completely and utterly swiped clean.
so happy I have advantage on this. First
Was
one
that crit
2.
fail?
It
Oh, it was
was
a 2. What'd you roll? 8.
I rolled another 2.
Total of 8.
No. Yeah, total of 8. I rolled
It
another
hits.
2.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Hmm.
Okay. As your dagger enters its skin and you go for the stabby stab full blown through the chest cavity into where the heart would be, the zombie does fall limp for about 3 seconds, only for its eyes to widen again. And in a retaliation, is going to swipe again at you. 13. As it tries to swipe, it just glances against the armor, and it is the other zombie's turn. Now going to make a strike at the roaring barbarian. Nat 20. But you're raged. You can take this, right? So that's max damage. That's a 6 plus 6 plus 1, 13. Hard. We'll round it to 7. Sorry, 6. We'll round down.
Ouchies.
Beck. And at this point, you are about here after shoving your way through and sticking people in the gut and whatnot. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Are we heading towards the storage area still?
Yes.
Okay. Not unless we can get closer to the storage area.
Okay, well, that is as far as you get.
All right.
Genie! The badass rat gymnast.
Hold on, let me actually move my personage so that I can. So I've got 2 zombies right here, more or less equal distance, still living, right?
Yes. Both of which look heavily fucked up.
Cool. I am going to cast hold on. I did produce flame
Okay.
on any stitch of hair, clothing, anything that burns. I'm gonna cast it on said zombo, the one that's closest to the pit.
Okay. Is it a straight up damage, an attack roll, to save?
I'm gonna need DM's help on this. I am.
So what's the spell called?
It's produce flame,
Produce flame.
and it's a cantrip.
Cantrip, okay. Where is the spell list? That's the appendixes, the deities. Aha. SP, prismatic wall, prestidigitation, prismatic spray. Programmed. Produce flame. It's a duration of 10 minutes. Within touch distance. Yep, you're within touch distance. Flickering flame appears in your hand. Flame remains there for the duration and harms neither you nor the equipment. Flame sheds bright light in 10-foot radius, dim light for an additional 10. Spell ends if you dismiss it as an action or you cast it again. You can also attack with the flame, although doing so ends the spell. When you cast a spell or as an action on a later turn,
You can hurl the flame at a creature within 30 feet, make a ranged spell attack on the tip. Target takes 1d8. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
Six.
To hit?
You said make an attack roll of 6.
That's usually with your spell casting ability.
Yes, you need to
modifier.
add your modifier to that.
That's
Who's staticky?
+2, so 8.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Somebody, I got a bit of feedback. It gone.
Which dice am I rolling, just?
1d8.
Okay. It's an 8.
All right. As the flame appears from your hand and you launch it, in fact, it does the damage. Hold a minute. So under fortitude, 5 plus the damage. It does not make the save. Once the flame comes in contact with the zombie just falls to a pile of ash.
I'm exceedingly pleased with myself now.
Orpheus, back to you.
Seeing that big guy's down, I'm gonna spin. See the other guy.
Kick the shit out of him too.
Bop bop.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Probably not going to survive this one.
First one I rolled a 12. That's with
Hits.
my +2. +2 is whatever the +2s are.
Well, you roll to hit, so that's the d20 plus your modifier.
Right. Plus
That's it. Then
I
you
have
roll for a damage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Because I'm raging. But 12 hits anyway.
Yeah. But would you not rather go for a crit?
I rolled lower.
Okay. You just take the higher one. So go ahead and roll damage.
4 + 2 + 2 is 8.
You do the damage, and it's looking pretty sliced and diced and stabbed, but it's still standing. It falls dead for a split second, eyes wide back open, ready for a fight.
Okay, here's my second attack then. Trying to chop its head off.
Okay.
12.
Let's go ahead, roll damage without the modifier or your rage bonus.
6.
Again, you get the sword in there, and it's you hack away, but it's still standing.
Right.
Catman.
I'm gonna jumping 10 feet would be easy for me, right?
10 feet is easy for anybody.
Okay. So I'm gonna jump 10 feet with my dagger and slash.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
19.
Hits, go ahead, roll damage.
That would be a 7.
As you stab it square in the shoulder, it falls limp for a split second, and he's still standing.
Motherfucker.
This is why I love zombies. Undead fortitude. So yeah, the two zombies are still sort of the crowd at this point. They're literally like, kind of when you're at a concert and you all get smushed up.
No, you said my fire took that one down.
Oh, yes, I did. It was that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. At this point, the crowd is like when you're at a heavy metal concert and you all smush up against the front line. Everybody is just fucking completely and utterly engaged in this fight. They are cheering for Orpheus They are cheering for the half. They are cheering for all of you. The zombie that is still surviving is going to go and strike at Catman. That is
Why would he change targets? He's been focusing me.
because he just got hit.
Was he smart enough to do that?
It's natural cause of reaction.
Okay.
That is a 12 plus 3 to hit. 15. All right. You take 3 points of damage. As you retract the knife, it turns around and goes in retaliation. Beck, are you still wanting to make your way to the storage?
He said last time that
Yes.
there's not much
Okay.
to do until you get there.
Yeah, until
Alright.
we find out, there's nothing else I can really do, so I'm just gonna keep making my way to storage. Once we finally get there, I will have a conversation with the guard, trying to figure out if we should take whatever contraband is here to lock up or not. Trying to, like, continue to get things where they gotta go. I mean, I know right now would be a terrible idea with everybody here, but
Okay, so you actually make it to storage, and you propose the removal of contraband. Why am I? Interesting. And he's like, well, we don't really have anywhere else to put it. This is as there isn't really a heavily guarded area. We would usually think that the people in here don't have the balls, the bravery, nor the intelligence to break out.
Fucking bad.
He then makes his way over to the chest, and as you follow him, he's like, well, this is where we keep a fresh contraband. The other stuff we kind of just take for ourselves. Don't look at me like that, Ares. There's no dagger. Don't give me the fluttery eyelashes. No dagger alert for you. Inside it though, there is actually a dagger. It's got a red tinge to it, with a small dial that you can turn with a wild flame-like pattern along the blade. This is what we got most recently. Some hotshot thought he was the dog's bollocks and tried to break in. Why break in? Like, I don't understand why you would want to break into this place unless you were trying to break somebody out. He then looks at you
looking for something.
eye to eye.
Or if they were looking for anything they were trying to get out.
Like what?
It's an abyssal prison. There's no telling what some of the upper management has here.
Ain't that the fucking truth? But this is all we've got, and we kind of decided that, as well as the prize money, this would get thrown into the pot as well. And between us, there's also a little something else in the works.
Beck will nod, like he kind of understands what he's saying. All right then. So, when's the last time we made a trip up with this stuff to the lockup? I guess.
I mean, lockups. Do you know how many floors we have to go up to the actual lockup?
Do you know how many floors they didn't give me access to? I've only been here long enough to start finding people and getting them back in cages.
He then puts a hand on your shoulder, or what would have been your shoulder. Like how tall would you say you are versus what you transformed into again? We'd already discussed this. Oh, you didn't?
I wouldn't have changed height. I would have only changed like facial features.
Okay.
So unless he was like touching my face, which
okay.
would have been weird,
so he puts
his caught a hand and be like, my friend.
So he puts his hand like, look, I get it. It's a trust thing with upper management. It really is. There's nothing that we fucking puny ass guards can say to anything of the top dog.
Well, hopefully they recognize who brought the guy back.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave this in here for now because, judging by the way that fight has gone, we kind of know who the clear winner is.
Yeah.
So we'll as you walk back out and you see the stands that you already previously inspected, they were now stocked with swords, shields, spears, clubs, everything needed for crowd control. But it's nothing to like, oh, I want to take all of this. It's just your generic stuff. Genie, your turn. You said you were going to hold your turn, but you're back.
I am still going to hold my turn.
Okay, cool. Orpheus.
I'm gonna do it again.
All right, go for it. Bring it home.
Trident first.
Yep.
14.
Hits.
With advantage, I also rolled a 14.
Okay.
4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8.
All right. With the trident, as you pierce its throat and give it a sharp twist with your rage-like strength, you take its head clean off its shoulders and it falls to the ground. The entire crowd starts rattling the bars and you have been announced the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Orpheus is the new champion of the Abyssal Fight Night! And the entire crowd goes completely batshit. They're throwing content warning. They are throwing anything that they can find on the floor. Blood, guts, poop, everything. They are throwing it up in the air as a celebration. Like, it is completely fucking wild. At this point, you make it back to here to see the final killing blowback. And the guard that you were just speaking to shadow steps into the arena, hands Orpheus a rather girthy pouch that weighs just a little bit heavy, that jingles. So odds 10-1. The pool was 20 gold. That makes it a 200 pot, right?
Yep.
You are now the proud owner of 200 gold. He also then gives you the dagger that I just described the back. It's wild flame-like on the side with a slight dial in the middle. He unsheaths it and then resheaths it and hands it to you.
and upon doing that, a portal appears from above you, and just you are all circled up, including Beck. One arrives just above you, and that is where we're going to end it.
Okay, can you do me a super solid and know that I was taking notes while you were doing that, and at the sudden change of events, I wasn't translating. Can you just back up and pretend I wasn't listening at all?
Which you weren't actually listening, so there's really no reason to pretend. Upon
I was note taking.
I know. Upon the final blow being struck, Orpheus was declared the winner and the new champion of the Abyssal Arena, given a pouch of 200 gold and a dagger of with fire-like wild imagery on the dagger itself. Don't you?
See that,
And then portals.
We got sucked into the ceiling.
Yeah, pretty much.
The ceiling wanted us.
And that's where the session ends. And now I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. So thank you guys for tuning in to what I was really looking forward to, and I had to improv just a little bit on the fly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Be safe. Follow us on all the socials, providing the links in the description below. Subscribe to our OnlyFans. I will be posting on Twitter once that verification has gone through, so keep your eyes peeled on that. If you wish to see hashtag not safe for work 3.5 men. I've been DFG, joined by Graphoniac, Aries, WG, Joy 2 Pants, and Ashzification. K love you, bye.